Okay, so one thing I've been saying that makes me so sick about what these shows are doing with our children and movies and so forth, it just sickens me as a parent, and it's why parents need to stay on alert. And it's not just about the topic that I'm going to touch on, it's about other topics too, is that they lure our kids in with a show or a movie or a season or two or even three that is fine. It's appropriate. There's no issue. So we as parents let our guard down. We allow our children to watch these shows. We have no issue. And then once our children are hooked on these shows, or we're allowing them to watch these shows without so much supervision because we've watched it for a few seasons or we've watched a couple of the movies, then they start to slip in all this stuff that some parents may not feel is appropriate, whether it's a topic that's not appropriate or it's a topic that's introduced at a certain age that's not appropriate. So again, we all have our own individual beliefs, right? Some people believe some things are okay. Some people believe some things are not okay. Some people believe some things may be okay, but not at a certain age. Again, a lot of things that I may believe are not okay, you may believe are okay, or I may not believe at a certain age. Okay, so there may be things that we disagree on about that, but that's not the point of my video. The point of my video is how we have watched 4 seasons of Camp Cretaceous, which is a Netflix show, which we have loved, which at the end of season 4, both Harley and I sat there like, oh my goodness, can you believe that just happened? We cannot wait for season 5. And we've waited like 8 months or 10 months or whatever it's been for the show to come out on Netflix today. And we're watching season 5. We binged it. We're watching it. We get to episode 5. Oh, before I go on, it's a PG show. And PG shows are for 8 years old and above. We get to see episode 5, and all of a sudden, they reveal a lesbian relationship in a PG show. And again, it's not about what I believe, what you believe. It's about them slipping it in. Because I am not ready to talk to an 8-year-old about sex. About why 2 guys or 2 girls or any of that. I'm just not ready for that because he may be 8 years old, but he's not there yet. So this is what they end up slipping in. This is actually episode 9. They've dragged it on for 4 episodes now. But this is where we got it by episode 9. So they're dragging it on to make sure that you're getting it. To make sure your child is getting it. Not like Buzz Lightyear where you just had 1 kiss and 1 mention of it. This is a show for 8-year-olds. Now, some people are going to disagree with the concept of what I'm saying because they're okay with, you know, all different types of relationships and so forth, and so be it. I'm not judging. It's not for me to judge. I am not God. But what I am saying is, you're slipping this in the 5th season. The final season. Like, why? Why is this on an 8-year-old show? Why did I have to watch 4 seasons of this show with my child to have to sit and explain this? Why? This should come as a conversation in our family when we're ready to have this conversation. This is not stuff that, like, we should be watching a cartoon that is okay for an 8-year-old and have to explain this. Like, it's just baffling to me. So parents, and again, it's not just this. It's there's things with witchcraft. There's things with people killing each other. There's cartoons out there where they have literally Tasmanian devils from Australia. It's called Down Under. And the names of the Tasmanian devils, they have one named Dave. Then they have, is it Beelzebub, something, whatever the demon's name is, and Lucifer. Like, those are the names of the Tasmanian devils. Why? Why in a children's show? Why? Why? The witchcraft is it's a whole nother thing. If you turn on Netflix and you look at the children's selection and you count how many of those shows are witchcraft, demonic, vampires, even cutesy. It's just the percentage of shows on there outweighs the percentage of shows that are not. But shows that are now for little kids and have cussing in them. Like, we were watching the new season of Transformers, and one of the Transformers got, like, X'd out, and he said that's fine because he was a pain in my ass anyway. Why? Why? Seasons in where it's okay for him to watch these shows, but I always leave the volume up because I have learned, even if I'm not watching, I have to listen, because you cannot leave your children alone in front of any type of television anymore. Not even cartoons. Be on alert, people. Be on alert of what your children are watching. You thought Tom and Jerry was bad when we were growing up. Man, the messages in these shows, the things they are slipping into your children. And it's the fact that they're slipping them in. It's the fact that you have to have these discussions with your children. If you're able to catch this stuff, if you're paying attention, don't leave your guard down. The enemy is after your children. The enemy is after your children. And again, it's not the topic here. This is something that I don't feel I should be talking to an 8-year-old about sex in general. My beliefs are my beliefs, your beliefs are your beliefs. The point is, we shouldn't have to be having these discussions because cartoons are slipping them in, because kids shows are slipping them in. That's my whole point.